ago today, the 2023 World Para Ice Hockey Championships in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada. Now on final Sunday, we begin with a battle between Italy and Korea. A chance to get in 5th or 6th here in the tournament. And Italy coming in ranked last in the tournament, having really a storied path to this moment, while Korea still vying for their first win after a very challenging test to get here. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Darren DuPont with you to kick things off here on the final day of the tournament.
It's been awesome, Daniela. Right from last weekend all the way into today, it's been fun getting to know the players and the people around these organizations. It's been fun being able to interact with the viewers back home and watching some really great hockey on the ice all week.
And we've really been treated to something magical. Italy, Darren, didn't even expect to be in this year's event. Break down their path to this moment.
They were set for relegation after the 2021 event in Ostrava in the seventh place game against Slovakia, who they lost to in the preliminary round. All they did, though, was beat Slovakia in that 7th place game and were able to get into this tournament with Russia being pulled out of the event. So winning that 7th place game really mattered for Italy.
And it's been a great event for Mirko Bianchi, the team's head coach as well. And the Koreans, though, not what they expected. Coming in ranked 3rd, of course, having tough tests in Group A play.
Yeah, after being in that bronze medal game back at the Beijing Winter Olympics and losing to China, you thought the program was looking to take a big step forward here at the World Championships. Unfortunately, it's gone the other way. We're unable to get into the medal round and now have to play for 5th.
And Tae-Ho Kim, of course, new to this level in this event, not new to the team, has been part of it for a while. Also has experience as a World Para Ice Hockey referee. Really wants to help the Korean team develop, of course, and grow young players. That will be key. Lots of older players, including their goaltender, 50 years old, taking on 53-year-old Santino Stilitano for Italy, who has been absolutely tremendous. You can see the differentials there for goals against. That has been a big part of the story for Korea, unable to keep those pucks out of the net, which is really tough when you're facing teams like Canada, US, and of course Czechia, all 3 teams playing for medals later today. And your officials, 2 Canadians, Patrick Myers, your referee, while linesman Dylan Dauphiny and Lauri Niddle from Finland. We're underway here on final Sunday. Feeling good energy today. Of course, big matchups later on. The bronze medal tilt between Czechia and the pride of Group B, China. But right now, a battle for 5th, and again, huge opportunity for Italy. Stefan Kaufmann, their points leader. Neither side, of course, getting too carried away on being able to get goals, but Stefan Kaufmann has put together 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points in the tournament. Italy has scored 5 goals overall through their 4 games, allowed 15, while Korea has only scored 3 times and allowed 34 goals. Again, different group play, though. Italy playing in Group B. Just a phenomenal win over Norway to avoid having to play in the 7th, 8th game and be relegated once again. Stefan Kaufmann now for Italy. Keeps it in play, sends it back the other way.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate for Germany and Norway that we'll see relegation. Germany just got back into the A pool, and they'll have to work their way back in, but saw a lot of great things from that program, and Norway deserving of a little bit of a better fate.
Jihan Ryu fires one long. That finds In-Kyung Kim, far corner. Scooped up by Andrea Macri. Andrea Macri, who was acting captain for a good chunk of the tournament for Italy. That'll be an icing call to reset.
Yeah, and Italy's MO, actually, both of these teams, played pretty good defensive hockey through this tournament with not a lot of offense. So it'll be interesting to see what gives here today in the early game, who can jump on the offense early and who's going to dictate the pace of this 5th place game.
Face off in the Italian zone. Neither goaltender tested yet. Again, the 53-year-old Santino Stilitano, his 7th Worlds appearance. Meanwhile, in the other net, 50-year-old Huk Jun Choi for Korea. Nils Larch, another points leader for the Italian team. Sends it up, looks for Christophe De Paoli. Nils Larch coming in with 2 assists, 2 points into this game.
Yeah, and Nils Larch has been, a real key piece of this Italian group, along with Andrea Macri as well, who took on wearing the captaincy for a good portion of this tournament.
And now he's got the A almost scribbled in with a marker, it looks like, on his sweater.
Got the stick tape on there. That's
there you go.
That's the Pee Wee hockey thing. You get the little stick tape out.
But here's a chance for Korea. Dong Shin will fire it into the glove of Stilitano.
First good chance for Korea early on in the opening period, and they seem to be the ones, as you would expect, coming out of Group A and getting all the way to the bronze medal game in Beijing. You would expect them in a matchup like this to dictate the play, and they are early on.
Alessandro Andreoni unable to win it, and they're again fired right off top circle. Stilitano able to make the quick save.
Well, now a little bit of more pressure, and Stilitano has to make 2 back-to-back saves. It's a nice job of just spinning in the high slot, finding some room, and not trying to do too much. Just get the shot away quickly and put more pressure on the Italian goaltender.
So another face-off in the same circle. This time the Italians do win that one. Andreoni chipping it forward, trying to find Rimati Marnini. And here comes Dong Shin Jang, the captain for Korea. Now Andrea Macri settles it. Fires far wall. Macri as well involved in helping organize the next Paralympic Games that's taking place in Italy. It's a really exciting endeavor, of course, and he brings such great experience being one of the veteran members of this Italian team. And Tachi with a hit along the far wall. The Koreans scrambling for it, and Tachi comes through, looks to clear it, forced to go further down deep in the Italian zone. Scooped up that time by Francesco Torella. Not quite. Pressure from Korea. Slow and steady to start, but they've already got 2 shots on goal. Young-Sin Kim can't keep it on his stick. Here comes a chance for Matteo Rimati Marnini. Torella's calling for it. Will chip it down instead.
A little mistake from the Italians. You had a chance to set up a 3-on-2. Instead, ice the puck when you don't get across center ice. So a little tentative start here for Italy.
There's a look at the bench, the Italian bench again. Mirko Bianchi took over the reins last autumn when Massimo Darin stepped down after 17 years at the helm. And what's really interesting, too, is Italy has never finished higher than 5th or lower than 7th. 7th being in that 2021 championship. Should have been relegated, but with Russia out of the mix, they're here, and they proved that they earned this spot. Rimati Marnini, again for the Italians on the blue line, keeps control, but Ji-Hyun Ryu knocked off by Andreoni. Pours back into the Korean zone. Again, Korea looking for their first win of the tournament. If you're wondering how that's possible here in a 5th, 6th game, it's all because of the fact they started in Group A. And now Larch tees up, squares off the body of Choi.
Great chance for Nils Larch right in close.
A good first shot on goal as well for Italy. Kyung-Moon Shin in the mix for the Koreans. Back behind the net, that would have been a funky bounce angle. De Paoli trying to capitalize on that. Can't quite. Larch as well for Italy. And the Italian Alex Anderle will fire it off the glove. Bounce, rebound. Handled well by the Koreans here. In Kyung Kim can't get control, so Nils Larch up to the task. Now Cavalier. That one into the glove of Hook Young Choi, and it'll be a tentative start here in this 5th place game to open up finals Sunday. Scoreless tie between the Italians and the Koreans. You're watching the 2023 World Para Ice Hockey Championships in Moose Jaw.
Culligan Water isn't just a name. It's a promise to put you and your loved ones first. Because with cleaner, softer water, you can feel confident about your water. Culligan Water has been the local water expert since 1936, when we pioneered the water softener. We've continued delivering unmatched service by meeting you where you are, whether it's where you live or where you work. And your satisfaction has always been our greatest reward. But that's not all. Culligan Water offers a responsible and economical alternative to the waste created from single-use plastic bottles. Our systems make it easier to preserve the planet, its landscapes, and its oceans. Because at the heart of everything Culligan Water does is a commitment to provide better water for a better world.
Jeez.
Puck just dropping in the Korean zone and immediately into neutral territory, and a breakaway chance for the Koreans coming in close on Stilitano. What a stop. It just trickles by behind the net. Now, Stefan Kaufman. Another chance for the Koreans. They go long off the body this time of their captain, Jean-Luc Cavalier. De Pauli clears it out. What a chance for the Koreans.
A great chance. 2 good opportunities for Korea to open the scoring, but Italy's playing with house money and everything's coming up their way.
And now, that one nearly bounced back there. Good control to bring it over. Seung-won Jun for the Koreans, and Anderle for Italy, but that'll be iced and brought all the way back to the Korean zone.
Well, let's get another look at this, and Jung's gonna move in all alone. One little move and outstretched glove. Man, Stilitano always making the play, and he never gives up on a play either. It could have been easy on the move, but he lays down, makes a great save, and these 2 Italian goaltenders, along with Dorado, have been just a great story in these World Championships.
And other than that lopsided 10-1 loss, to China to open the tournament for Italy, they've kept things so close, and that has come down to their goaltending. And by the way, their coach, they knew China would be the toughest test, and that's exactly how it played out. Now the Koreans teeing up, looking for a nice stretch, or a rink-wide pass, but Macri looks to return that back to the center, and instead back into the Italian zone. Macri. I mean, the Italians are so used to, as well, being outshot in games. They have played usually in that deficit and still come out with 2 wins.
Yeah, they have, but they're going to get another opportunity to play in the 2025 Worlds now in A pool in the top tier. And the more you play against the best in the world, the better your program's going to get. So this is, a great opportunity for the Italian program to continue to grow.
Always among the top 8, although this opportunity here in Canada nearly didn't happen, as Darren was saying earlier. Raymati Marnini. A little off balance now along the near wall. Looks for Radice. Fires it instead on Choi. Nice pad save, rebound control by the Koreans here, and Tachi can't quite meet it far side. Radice loses a stick. It's underneath Jung-Yoon Lee. Shots on goal favoring Italy slightly, 5-3 at this time. Still a scoreless tie. In this race for 5th place, Ji Young-Roo tries to stick handle it for Korea. Koreans came in here ranked 3rd for this tournament, while Italy ranked 8th. It'll be a big improvement for the Italians if they're able to get this win. They're 2-2 on the tournament. Korea 0-4 into the bench area. Thankfully, all is safe, but it will be whistled down.
Yeah, Italy's really found their stride here in this period, and putting some more pressure on the Koreans. They sat back, and once they figured out a little bit of how Korea was going to play this opening period and play this game, they found some room, and this is going to be interesting. I really have a feeling the first goal is going to be a big one today.
In the face-off circle, Jun-Young Lee for Korea in this defensive zone draw, but coming up against Nils Larch, wins it for Italy. Again, Korea's been so good off that defensive zone draw. Another chance coming in close this time for Stilitano off the helmet. What a save.
It's the second breakaway for Young in the game.
Their systems are working. It's just a matter of getting it in the back of the net. Nils Larch for Italy, again, hard test when you're coming up against Santino Stilitano. Put together a 26 save shutout and a shootout win over Germany, and that moment really a turning point for the Italians this week. Now Stefan Kaufmann down deep, along with Dongshun Yang, the Korean captain, back behind the net of Hook Jung Choi. Shots on goal now tied at 5 apiece after those breakaways. Alex Enderle underneath the sled, looks for the feed, can't find it, so Korean's captain will go for the pass. Once again, Sangwon Jiang coming in fast, forcing 2 defenders down deep with him. Larch looks for Cavalier. And the chase is on. The Koreans will get their first. Dongshun Jang skirts by up to Jian-Ru, right in front of the Korean bench. Puck is free in the neutral zone, and Larch takes it away. Now Christophe De Pauli with some space. Oh, that gets interrupted by Ru. The Italians nearly teeing up. Kyung Moon Shin looks for the open lane off the body, that time of Cavalier. The neutral zone battles force the puck down deep into the Italian zone yet again. Larch hoping for the pass. That one just skirts wide. That was dangerously close for Italy, but the Koreans putting on the pressure here. Hoffman, far side. Deciding who he wanted to pass to. Andrioni will send it back, or rather Macri. Now, Larch. Kaufman. Pressure to the outside, keeping the Italians pretty much in a stalemate, having to stay in their own end, deep past the goal line. Now Larch will tee it up, looks for De Pauli there, fired down. As the Koreans chase this wobbly puck, it will be iced.
Italy caught a little bit in their own zone. Stefan Kaufmann battling down low, and Christophe De Pauli as well, but just good board pressure from Korea here in this opening period. Neither team, although it's the Koreans that have had the 2 best chances in this opening period. Jung has had 2 breakaways in the first, but unable to beat Stilitano on either of them, and getting a little bit frustrated perhaps, but a good explosive start for him in this first period.
And now Korea finds themselves back in the Italian zone. Good setup here, considering how fast they're able to move the puck down when they face off in their own end. Jung-Young Lee for Korea wins it. Now's a chance teeing up. Young-Sun up high. Young-Sun Kim fires it off the glass that time. Italy. Chases on this time. Dongshun Yang and Christophe De Pauli will be called an icing yet again.
Great race for the puck. The linesman was there the whole way, and De Pauli really had the speed, but he just couldn't get around the Korean captain to beat out the icing call. So again, Italy having trouble getting out of their own zone here.
Christophe De Pauli with 1 goal in the tournament so far, and what a beauty that one was. Opened up scoring for the Italians' 3-1 win over Norway. on day 4. Now Cavalier for the Italians, loose puck in the slot. De Paoli works it over for Larch. No, that's Kaufman. But here's a big chance in the slot, nearly all alone, but a soft pass makes it an easy save for Stilitano. And we're heading into the final minutes here of the opening frame, still scoreless in this battle for 5th. You're watching the World Para Ice Hockey Championships from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada.
So I got another Parkson ticket. Play 92, number 1 for throwbacks.
It's Kyler for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Puck drop right in the Italian zone. The Koreans, bit of a hard pass, actually brings themselves out of the offensive area. And In Chil Yu looking for In Young Kim. Still back and forth, allowing plenty of opportunity here for the Koreans. Kyung Moon Shin down past the goal line. Kim far side, but Torella now for the Italians. Shots on goal tied at 5 apiece. Daniela Ponticelli here with you alongside Darren DuPont to open up a big final Sunday. And to think these teams have been battling for the last week. In fact, Korea opened up the tournament exactly 1 week ago here in Moose Jaw. Now Raymati Marnini finds himself with open ice. And a friend, Andrioni, loses his stick though. It was well timed, just an unfortunate turn of events for the Italians, but Antacci, far point, will fire that one down. There's a battle in the net area. That was an interesting moment between Matteo Ramati Marnini and Hook Jun Choi. Italians chasing it down. If you're going by rankings, you'd think this would be an easy win for Korea. They came in here ranked 3rd. The Italians have certainly had big moments in goaltending, and there the puck goes back into the neutral zone.
Yeah, upset by China in the bronze medal game at the Beijing Paralympic Winter Games. And I don't feel like it was an upset, though, when China beat Korea earlier in the quarterfinals. You know, a rematch of that bronze medal game, the Chinese program has taken such great strides forward. I don't feel like Korea's taken big steps backwards, but at this tournament just haven't been at their best.
De Paoli now for Italy. Drop pass to Larch. Taking a slightly different approach, a little bit of patience here. Macri now working it back behind. They've got Kaufman circling low. Nils Larch tries to keep it there, but it'll be Christophe De Paoli watching. Another chance for Korea. That one up high. I think it got the post.
That did, right off the post to the left of Stilitano.
Some lucky breaks early here for the Italians, but again, pressure from the Koreans have made it difficult for them to get their offensive mojo underway.
Where has this Sun Young-jung been in this tournament? 2 breakaways, the goal post for Korea. He's having his best game of the week.
Rounding out the final 30 seconds in this first period is a battle for 5th place. And the Koreans really want to get a win. They come into this game 0-4. Alex Enderle now for Italy. Far wall. I mean, that's what's the beauty of Final Sunday. Of course, in the medal games, you get some hardware, but this is about finishing strong as the seconds wind down on the first 15 minutes. So the Italians and the Koreans head into the locker room scoreless through the first period and tied for shots on goal at 5 apiece. Some big moments on either side. We'll see what adjustments will be made here as they battle for fifth. You're watching the 2023 World Para Ice Hockey Championships in Moose Jaw.
Perhaps a bigger difference outside of equipment would be the bench setup, and I feel like a lot of people might not know how that actually functions. The difference is that there's actually no real bench in the bench. It's more or less just synthetic ice, so that when we do come off and on for changes, we can just kind of slide off and slide on. And there's no getting out of your sled to sit on the bench and then getting back in your sled to go for a shift.
Actually, Pyeongchang, we had ice, which was pretty cool. I think that was the coolest one that we've had because we'd skate as fast as we could in there and then snow our coaches, which was cool.
If there's big lips from the actual ground level to the rink level, it's oftentimes difficult for, grassroots athletes to be able to navigate those lips, because be able to go from ground floor up here to rink down here it's a big transition down, and it's even a bigger transition up to get off the ice.
When they start to play at a younger age, the bench is on the ice, right beside the boards, just because it makes it easier for the little guys to come in and out.
The rinks that aren't outfitted properly for sledge don't have any see-through plexiglass in the benches, so most players can't even see what's going on before they step on the ice.
For breakouts in sledge hockey, a lot of it is to do with supporting and just helping out your team, making it so that it's easy to break out, because it's hard when you're doing it by yourself, right? So for us, it's just being quick and support.
So after getting a crisp pass from Tyrone, it's a little, like you said, it's a little bit tougher because we're all facing up ice. We can't turn backwards like a stand-up hockey player. So our entries, like you said, it's a lot of support. We like supporting each other when we come in. Sometimes when you don't have anything, we'll just throw it in the corner and have our speedy wingers get in there. It's very much like the hockey you see in the NHL.
Can't skate backwards.
You can try.
You can try. It doesn't look very pretty though, and it's not going to be very efficient. A couple extra penalties where you can't T-bone guys. So if you go into a guy with the front of your sled first, obviously that's a 2-minute for teeing, and it's good because the sleds can do some damage as we found out.
It's the worst. Again, it takes all your momentum out, and it's just a miserable way to get hit.
So the play in front of the net is a lot different from stand-up hockey, just because you have so many more things that the puck can hit going to the net and just in front of the net. And then you also, if you look, sometimes you're looking down, the puck's underneath, you can't find it, but the guy beside you can see it.
Either you're knocking a guy over and you're trying to get back up again and you're trying to push him out of the way. It gets physical, and I love it though, so that's why I play the game.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capability, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
My window's like a mirrored reflection. I have to steer you in the right direction. I have to trust that we can find a way.
On every trip, you can depend on Esso to be the place between places, connecting you to what's next.
Good morning!
So I got another parking ticket. Play 92, number 1 for throwbacks.
It's Kyler for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
There's really not much to it. It's basically a bucket we sit in, attached to some tubing, a frame, and a foot piece that our lower extremity goes in.
Tubes on the side and there's blades on the bottom, just like regular skates.
So there's 2 blades with a pretty decent variance based on skill level. It can range from pretty well, 6 to 8 inches to just a fraction of an inch at the most, like elite level. And I'd say the difference between the wider blades and the more narrow blades could be balance, speed, and just your ability to be agile in your sled.
At the grassroots level, there's pretty adjustable sleds, so they can fit for longer legs or shorter legs, wider blades for better balance, or closer blades for better turning.
There's a lot of pins and bolts that the user can modify based on, their growth or their weight or what they kind of like out of their sled before they say, hey, this is the perfect fit.
But once you get onto the higher level teams, you start getting your own custom sleds made, and they fit perfectly to you and what height you want it and how long you want it.
Because at that level, we don't really need to change it day in and day out. Something that's unique about this sport is that we actually have 2 blades underneath, not just one like your typical hockey skate would have.
So we sharpen the blades almost every practice, just depends on whether we lose an edge or not. And then we have little mini, almost like mini sticks with picks on the bottom of them.
So currently speaking, I'd say the biggest modification is just stick length. And because we use our sticks for both skating and shooting, you kind of have to consider, will a longer stick give me a longer stride? Or will a shorter stick give me a shorter stride? Will a longer stick give me a harder shot? Or will a shorter stick give me a more accurate shot?
So there's a left-sided curve and a right-sided curve. It's almost like having a left and right stick in regular hockey. So you have to be pretty ambidextrous to be able to move right to left and shoot with both hands.
I know when I first started, I actually wore my prosthetic in my sled because A, I didn't really know any different, and B, I didn't really know how to protect my limb when my leg wasn't on.
When I first started playing, I just wore a regular street shoe and I actually wore hockey pants in my sled, but later realizing that's not the most ideal because it's way too bulky and you don't really need protection when you're sitting in a bucket. You do wear shin protectors, and I actually wear a skate boot that has the skate missing just to protect my toes from pucks or people slapping at your feet.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything, all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming, Geo satellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do?
Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM. Scores! Jägerbomb! Canada. Here comes James Dunn with his first Paralympic goal. Like he's been doing it all his life.
Welcome back inside the Moose Jaw Event Center on a beautiful sunny final Sunday. Italy, Korea opening up the day with this 5th, 6th place game. And right now it's a scoreless tie as we get set for the second period. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Darren DuPont with you this morning. And Darren, a good start for both teams, but Korea certainly with a slight edge in the types of opportunities they're getting.
Yeah, they're getting the A-grade scoring chances, no doubt, in that opening period. And Sun-Young Jung has been the leader. He's had 2 breakaways, the outside shot that rattled off the goalpost. And if it's not for the post and Stiletano in the Italian net, it could be 3-0 Korea.
I mean, goaltending really has been the strength of Italy through all of this, able to keep games where they've been outshot sometimes by 10-plus shots. So close and even getting a win in those circumstances. Italy coming into this one 2-2 on the tournament. The Koreans still looking for their first win. So just a lot on the line in terms, of course, of the rankings, but also just leaving with that pride and feeling good with the strong finish.
Yeah, world rankings matter. Which group you get put into at these big international events, who you're going to play. So obviously, the better you finish at these events, the better you'll be seeded. So it's really important for Korea and for Italy. 5th place matters. 5th place matters.
And the Koreans, of course, maybe didn't expect to be here. They came in ranked 3rd, but had to face tough tests in Group A. That is what allowed them to avoid relegation, because they do automatically get into either, well, if you're good enough, the semifinals or at least the quarterfinals. Whereas in other cases, that's just not the way it works in Group B. So the Italians really have to claw their way out of Group B in order to even get here.
And they've done a great first step, which is work your way up. They were in the relegation spot in Ostrava. Now they're working their way up into the 5th place game, and in 2 years' time, see if they can work their way up even further. The next goal would be getting into a semifinal.
The teams are getting set now to take the ice at the Moose Jaw Event Center. It's been the home of the tournament this entire week. A beautiful week as well here in southern Saskatchewan, Canada. Sunshine. Sure, some clouds someday, but absolutely beautiful go ahead and a good start here in the first period.
Well, it's a great start for Korea. They had several good chances. Dong Jin Chan early on with a really good opportunity as they controlled the play early. Italy was able to push back. There's another good chance from Sun-Young Jung as well. He had the 2 breakaways to go along with the goalpost and that great shot. And for Santino Stiletano, he was sharp. Here's one of the 2 breakaways. Chipped it past the defenseman Enderle and walked all the way in. And Stiletano outstretched that left arm to make another highlight reel save. If you play the goaltender highlight reels from this entire tournament, Santino Stiletano will be on probably a dozen of them. Look at that save.
Wow. So close and so subtle.
Yeah, and then this second opportunity as well. Jung again sent the shot in wide. Stiletano didn't have to make the save, but this is by far his best game of the tournament for Korea.
There's the overall picture. Shots on goal, 5 apiece. No goals yet, no opportunities on special teams, although neither side really wowing on specials given the way that they've played in this tournament. So it has to be done equal strength, and Korean fans happy to be here early Sunday, a big day of games. Bronze medal up next between Czechia and China, and then the gold medal final tonight, Canada, USA. First time ever playing that final of this event here on home ice. Nils Larch for Italy, Jung Young Lee for Korea. While the Koreans win it, it's Italy who keeps it back in play in the neutral zone. Fired down, Stiletano watches it. It'll be Larch to meet the puck below the goal line. Back to Enderle. And Italy's captain, Gianluca Cavalier, back in the mix for this game. He had played 2 games prior to this. Stefan Kaufman. Looks for the big pass up to Dave Powley, who will weave by Dun Shin. Can't keep his stick on the puck. Dave Powley, known for being able to swerve by and get those goals on his own. Jung Young Lee loses the puck along the far wall this time. Dungshin Jang, Korean captain. Pass over to Byung Suk Cho. That gets back on the stick of the Italians. Offside will force the game to regroup here early on in the second.
Well, for Italy, a really good opportunity in the second period, and Christophe DePauli working in one-on-one. It's so hard to play the back end when you're working one-on-one. Here's another look at it, because you can't skate backwards, but Dongxin Zhang with a great job sticking with the Italian forward and keeping the puck away from their goaltender.
We're just talking about special teams. It turns out Korea issued a penalty. That one going against Young Sung Kim, so it'll be Italy on the power play, their first chance of this game. They are tied, though, for last place in the tournament on power play efficiency. They've gone 0 for 9 and have also allowed 2 shorthanded goals against. They've got to be careful here with this Korean team, and Nils Larch fires that off a sharp angle up high, and Tachi touch the puck now. There's an interference call on Korea's Young Sung Kim. First penalty of the tournament for number 12. Neither side heavily penalized, but the Koreans certainly more so than the Italians. And their penalty kill, of course, reflecting last place in the tournament at a 42.8% efficiency. 6 for 14 only. And Andrea Macri will try to settle it down as we approach the halfway mark of this power play, an offside call.
And DePauli didn't like that one. He put his arms up at the linesman. He thought he grabbed that, but he was just ahead of the blue line when that puck hit his stick. You can have possession. If you have possession of the puck, you can enter before the puck does, but they'll say he collected that pass a little bit too late, and that'll disrupt the zone entry.
There's been some missed timings on passes as well that have meant goals unscored. Right now, Korea still with a slight edge on shots on goal, 6-5 here in the second period. Italians on the power play. Macri tried to tee that one up for Dave Powley. What an effort by Byung Suk Choi, though, for the Koreans outstretched for the block. Again, Italy with a 5-on-4 chance here. Alex Enderle can't fire that one down. Dungshin Jang giving chase there.
Check out this play. Andrea Macri, whoop, underneath the sled. That is so cool and such a high skill play. When you got a defender coming on your right, you can slip it underneath and go to the other side. It takes such skill, coordination, balance, and a nifty play by one of the leaders from this Italian play. I just love seeing that. So skilled.
Again, you're watching teams who are the top 8 in the world. You're going to see such amazing skill. 32-year-old Andrea Macri, again, one of the leaders for this Italian team. Dave Powley knocked off course. Just 6 seconds left now in this Italy power play, their first opportunity of the game. And so once again, they'll go without, making it 0 for 10 on the tournament with the man advantage.
Yeah, big reason that they're in the 5-6 game and not playing for a medal could be the lack of success on the power play. You need to take advantage of your opportunities. When you don't get shots on goal, when you are getting outplayed and you know you're going to be stuck in your zone a bit, you need to take advantage of the power play, and Italy hasn't been able to do that all tournament. Not a shot on goal on that last opportunity.
And so we'll regroup in the neutral zone. Andreoni for Italy, coming up against Gam-gyu Yang, the 56-year-old from Korea, and fires that one down. Again, Korea's happy to just take those draws with the long shots right after, bringing it all the way back into that end. Torella can't keep his stick on it. Inchul Yu giving chase. Jung Ho Tiang is dropping it back. Now the puck's in the neutral zone. Enderle. Passed over to Antachi. Bounces low. Both sides will just opt to skip the puck out, and Alex Enderle will get there first. Chased quickly by Kyung Moon Shin, one of the few Korean points leaders. Korea with just 5 players who have points through 4 games. The Italians as well, also with 5 players, but 3 have 2 or more. Enderle over to Torella. Torella settles it back. Trying to change tempo, fires it into the glove of Hook Jun Choi. So despite getting a chance on the power play, still scoreless between Italy and Korea in the second period.
Style with new offers from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Costco is back, and eligible members can receive a $750 bonus on select trucks and full-size SUVs. Step into the powerful 2022 Chevy Silverado or 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 with low financing rates starting at 1.49% for up to 72 months. Drive in comfort and style with the versatile 2023 Equinox and 2023 Terrain, featuring standard heated seats, advanced safety features, and a modern infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Or opt for the spacious and refined 2023 Buick Enclave with standard all-wheel drive starting from as low as 2.99% financing. Don't miss out on these limited time offers. Visit us today to experience the thrill of driving a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC.
In the Korean zone, they win the face-off there. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Darren Dupont with you to start finals Sunday. This is playing for 5th place as the 8th ranked Italians. Now with the puck. Shots on goal tied at 6 apiece. Scoreless on the board right now. Italians protecting the blue line. Antachi can't keep it in. Board battle near side. Stefan Kaufman nearly comes away with it. Does again De Pauli now. Sets it back for Andrea Macri. Antachi. Can't stay balanced. Now comes the speed from the Koreans. Young-suk Cho. And a pass. Big save by Stilitano. Holding it down. Outstretched body. Jung Ho Tiang. Far side for Korea. Rims it around. It's the captain, Jang. Hoping to protect the blue line. Puck underneath. Sends it near side this time. Antachi. He's looking for some space, but Kaufman will have to take control here. Good forechecking by Sun Jung Chang. Nils Larch with a chance coming up high slot. Can't quite to stay balanced. Kaufman also knocked off, and that a big stop by Dongshun Jang. Nearly hits the official.
The second big defensive play by Dongshun Jang. I mean, on the one-on-one with DePauli, and there a big block shot to keep that puck away from the Korean net.
47-year-old captain for Korea certainly comes in with plenty of experience on the world stage. You know, prior to this one, Korea has finished no worse than 4th place since 2017. So this is new for them, this 5-6 game. It's been a while since they've been in this position. Inchil Yu sends it down, and Tachi can't keep it in play fully. Alex Enderle for the Italians. Well, they go for a line change. Partial for Korea there. Now Kaufman between the sticks. Looking to quarterback this play. Tries to find Large, but the traffic in front of the net. Sends it back. Now Macri. Korean defense. A tough test here for the Italians. Christoph DePaoli over to Kaufman. Kaufman with 2 goals and assists through those 4 games for Italy. Inchil Yu. Oh, that's a lucky bounce. Helps the Koreans give chase deep into the Italian zone. Nils Larch will save it from an icing call. The clock continues to wind down here in the 2nd period. The only game to go to overtime this tournament involved Italy, and great goaltending by Santino Stilitano in a scoreless tie against Germany, taking it all the way to a shootout. Stilitano not letting in a single goal even in the shootout for a 1-0 win over Germany. That was in their 2nd game after suffering a 10-1 loss to China. Young Suk Cho will drop it back. Here's a chance for Korea, coming in close, but knocked off balance, and a penalty is coming for that collision against the Italians. When we return, we'll see some special teams at play. Still a scoreless tie between Korea and Italy here at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships. Young-Sum Kim with his 2nd penalty of the game, and it was a team call for a collision against netminder Santino Stilitano. The crowd clapping because he was down and getting some assistance for a while. That was just a really tough collision, but crowd here today watching this 5th place game early on final Sunday.
Stilitano still trying to get the win back after that one. Here's the hard hit. Whoop! Yikes! He was down for a while, and hopefully he's okay, but it was a tough play for Sun Hyung Jung, who came in to try and get the touch pass, and the momentum just drove him right into the Italian goaltender.
The officials having a word. I had said it was number 12, Young-Sung Kim. That was what was on the scoreboard here in-house, so corrected. Darren had it Sun Jung Chung, number 14, as we saw in that overhead view. The Italian bench settling in.
Well, not unusual to see him buzzing around the net like that. He's been Korea's best forward here in the hockey game. Italy's looking for more than a 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, they're having discussion here. Andrea Macri, Christoph DePaoli.
And a slight conversation, and, thinking that maybe it's deserving of a 5-minute major with the goaltender going down, but it was fairly incidental.
We haven't really seen 5-minute majors up until yesterday in the game with Canada and Czechia.
Yeah, it's very rare in these events to see a major penalty. Italy continuing to plead their case here. I don't think they're going to win the argument.
It's always tough when it involves a goaltender as well. You see that collision, like it could have been prevented or possibly, but both teams are just fired up here, of course, hoping to get on the scoreboard. Still a scoreless tie. We're going to see that moment again. Number 1 for Korea, and then number 14 with that hard collision into Santino Stilitano. So we'll leave it 5-on-4 still. 2 minutes showing on the scoreboard here. Minor penalty there for teeing as we get set for Italy's second power play opportunity of the game. They have yet to score on the man advantage throughout the tournament. 0 for 10, including the first opportunity today. But a big chance here if they can get one by Hook Jun Joy. Nils Large tries to come in close. Give it a different angle from the goal line. Christophe DePaoli can't keep it far point. We'll set it up for Antachi, who will look to maybe add some speed, a little change of tempo here for Macri. Leave it through, try to find those open lanes. Kaufman from the right wing fires it down. DePaoli looks to meet it. Antachi as well for the Italians' far side. High slot now, Christophe DePaoli. Pressure from Jungwon Lee. Byuk-sun Cho. Italians have some time here. The last time they had the player advantage, it didn't quite work out. Barely a shot on goal, so Hook Jun Choi will cover it up.
Better power play second time around for Italy. Good puck movement in the offensive zone. And then finally getting the puck towards the net, but still have to find a way to get the puck on goal. They moved the puck around a lot better this time. Better zone presence, and now see if they cannot find a way to get a shot in towards Choi.
And the Koreans win their defensive zone draw. Again, they are shorthanded right now. Then the final minute of that, if they're able to be efficient yet again on the penalty kill. Coming into this game, they were tied for last on the penalty kill in the tournament. Along with Germany, a team relegated with Norway, underperforming in this event. Macri to DePaoli. Circles back. Now cuts in, center, feed to Macri. Tees it up, and right in front of the net, the Italians score! Stefan Kaufman puts it in for Italy's first.
Well, first shots on goal in the power play find the back of the net for Italy. They were on the power play for 3 minutes and 47 seconds before they got a shot on goal. It was stopped, and Stefan Kaufman putting in the rebound on the doorstep. Macri with the first opportunity. Good move from DePaoli. Macri looked off the pass, the shot, rebound was there. Kaufman on the doorstep, and the Italians finally break the deadlock.
Stefan Kaufman, his third goal of the tournament, and a power play marker at that. He's feeling good. He is the team's points leader coming into this game. Had 3, now 4. And it's the first time Italy has made good with the extra man on the ice. And it's a big first goal here to break the deadlock now with exactly 4 minutes left in the second period. Korea will look to equalize. Touches the glove of Stilitano. Big stop there. Shots on goal very close right now. Koreans moving in. Enderle looks to clear it out for the Italians with control. And that'll be an icing call. But shots on goal right now slightly favoring Italy 8-7. But again, the Italians did have 2 power play opportunities, and then they're able to score.
Yeah, a couple of power plays, but unable to get any shots on those power plays until right at the end where they picked up a couple. And what key shots they were. You know, the puck possession was there. The movement was there. But they never got the puck to the front of the net. Finally, when they forced it down to Macri, he was able to drive the net. And when you do that, good things happen. It resulted in the game's first goal.
You know, Italy, throughout this tournament, has been the team that's often outshot, and yet they still come into this one with 2 wins. Big thanks to their goaltending. 3rd overall, best for goaltending, Canada, USA in the first 2 spots. That goes to show how pivotal Santino Silitano has been. Darren, the Italians outshot overall this tournament coming into this game 110-32.
Yeah, it's been playing a lot of defense.
Back behind the net. And for Korea, similar, but unfortunately still looking for a first win, a chance to finish strong, and just a 1-goal deficit right now. Macri trying to dig it out. Gets the puck free to Matteo Ramadi Marnini, but Jung Young Lee in quick for Korea. Protection from the blue line. In Chul Yu stop that. And number 14, who has played such hard hockey. And that will cost Italy this time, and Korea will be heading on a power play. They're locked in right now. Francesco Torella.
Yeah, he made the hit. He's going to go to the penalty box, but he maybe took the worst of it as Torella slow to get back up. But a team call here, and Korea will get their chance on the power play.
First time seeing Korea on the power play after that collision. Oh, I see Alex Enderle, his teammate as well. With some friendly fire, the 30-year-old forward taking a seat in the penalty box. So the Koreans with a chance now. They're 5th in the tournament for power play efficiency at 10%. They've been 4 for 10. That can't be correct. They have 1 power play goal scored, and that one by number 14, Darren. Sung Hwan-jun against China in the quarterfinal. They have allowed 1 shorthanded goal against. In Chul Yu just misses the cue on that one. And Italy capitalizes on the miscommunication, plays it down far, and DePauli right in front of the net.
Yeah, a shorthanded little opportunity for Christophe DePauli, and we'll see how Korea handles this power play and how much pressure they try and force towards the Italy net. We'll get a look at the feed from Macri, sends it all the way down, handled. The goaltender, he's just going to hang on with DePauli right on the doorstep.
Korea on the power play. There, the puck loose from the face-off. It was a defensive zone draw. So Sung Hwan-jun comes in up high. A great opportunity there. The lone power play goal scorer for Korea already in this tournament. And he's been gearing up for a goal this entire game. In the final minute 20 here in the second period. The penalty clock winds down. Korea with a chance and a pass. It's good! Korea scores! And it's Byung-suk Cho who gets it in the net.
Well, I thought that was the opportunity for Seung Hyun Jung to finally get his first goal. Right here, takes the drop pass, but instead of shooting, makes the pass over. And Cho with a great finish. Almost like a decoy. Took 3 Italians, look at them, 3 of them, came over for the shot, and that opened Byung-suk Cho on the feed, and the game's tied.
Tied at 1. Second goal of the tournament for Byung-suk Cho. First on the power play. So both teams making good on the man advantage, and all tied here at 1 late in the second period. Final minute. If you're just joining us, this is battle for 5th place. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Darren Dupont with you inside the Moose Jaw Event Center. And to think, Darren, just a week ago, exactly 1 week ago, teams were playing their first game. In fact, it was Korea, Czechia, who opened things up day one, game one. It was a 3-0 loss for the Koreans. And now they're all tied at 1 against Italy.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday, doesn't it? When we just opened this tournament and all of a sudden, on the final day,
Jung-Young Lee wins it in the offensive zone here for Korea. And Sungwon Chung right on it too. Got the assist on that power play marker from Young Suk Choi. Young Sung Kim fires it back. And Tachi meets the puck behind Stilitano. Stilitano is 1 shutout win. And it was a big one at that, a shootout win over Germany. Game 7 of the tournament. Kaufman feeds it back to Enderle. Jungwon Lee digging it out, but it's 2 Italians, 1 Korean in the near corner. Kim coming to help. The officials right on it, watching closely as the clock winds down. So both teams get on the board to tie things up. Closing out the second period, 30 minutes of play here in the 5th place game. A big opening game for an even bigger day. Bronze and gold on the line later on, but there's the big one for Byung Suk Choi to get the equalizer for Korea. We'll be back with the 3rd period. You're watching the World Para Ice Hockey Championships live from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Perhaps a bigger difference outside of equipment would be the bench setup. And I feel like a lot of people might not know how that actually functions. The difference is that there's actually no real bench in the bench. It's more or less just synthetic ice, so that when we do come off and on for changes, we can just kind of slide off and slide on. And there's no getting out of your sled to sit on the bench and then getting back in your sled to go for a shift.
Actually, Pyeongchang, we had ice, which was pretty cool. I think that was the coolest one that we've had because we'd skate as fast as we could in there and then snow our coaches, which was cool.
If there's big lips from the actual ground level to the rink level, it's oftentimes difficult for grassroots athletes to be able to navigate those lips, because be able to go from ground floor up here to rink down here is it's a big transition down, and it's even a bigger transition up to get off the ice.
When they start to play at a younger age, the bench is on the ice, right beside the boards, just because it makes it easier for the little guys to come in and out.
The rinks that aren't outfitted properly for sledge don't have any see-through plexiglass in the benches, so most players can't even see what's going on before they step on the ice.
For breakouts in sledge hockey, a lot of it is to do with supporting and just helping out your team, making it so that it's easy to break out, because it's hard when you're doing it by yourself, right? So for us, it's just being quick and support.
So after getting a crisp pass from Tyrone, it's a little, like you said, it's a little bit tougher because we're all facing up ice. We can't turn backwards like a stand-up hockey player. So our entries, like you said, it's a lot of support. We like supporting each other when we come in. Sometimes when you don't have anything, we'll just throw it in the corner and have our speedy wingers get in there. It's very much like the hockey you see in the NHL.
Can't skate backwards.
You can try.
You can try. It doesn't look very pretty though, and it's not going to be very efficient. couple extra penalties where you can't T-bone guys. So if you go into a guy with the front of your sled first, obviously that's a 2 minute for teeing, and it's good because the sleds can do some damage as we found out.
It's the worst. Again, it takes all your momentum out, and it's just a miserable way to get hit.
So the play in front of the net is a lot different from stand-up hockey, just because you have so many more things that the puck can hit going to the net and just in front of the net. And then you also, like, if you look, sometimes you're looking down, the puck's underneath, you can't find it, but the guy beside you can see it.
Either you're knocking a guy over and you're trying to get back up again and you're trying to push him out of the way. It gets physical, and I love it though. So that's why I play the game.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
My window's like a mirrored reflection. I have to steer you in the right direction. I have to trust that we can find a way.
On every trip, you can depend on Esso to be the place between places, connecting you to what's next.
Good morning!
So I got another parking ticket. Play 92, number 1 for throwbacks.
It's Connor for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
There's really not much to it. It's basically a bucket we sit in, attached to some tubing, a frame, and a foot piece that our lower extremity goes in.
Tubes on the side and there's blades on the bottom, just like regular skates.
So there's 2 blades with a pretty decent variance based on skill level. It can range from pretty well, 6 to 8 inches to just a fraction of an inch at the most, like elite level. And I'd say the difference between the wider blades and the more narrow blades could be balance, speed, and just your ability to be agile in your sled.
At the grassroots level, there's pretty adjustable sleds, so they can fit for longer legs or shorter legs, wider blades for better balance, or closer blades for better turning.
There's a lot of pins and bolts that the user can modify based on, their growth or their weight or what they kind of like out of their sled before they say, hey, this is the perfect fit.
But once you get onto the higher level teams, you start getting your own custom sleds made, and they fit perfectly to you and what height you want it and how long you want it.
Because at that level, we don't really need to change it day in and day out. Something that's unique about this sport is that we actually have 2 blades underneath, not just one like your typical hockey skate would have.
So we sharpen the blades almost every practice, just depends on whether we lose an edge or not. And then we have little mini, almost like mini sticks with picks on the bottom of them.
So currently speaking, I'd say the biggest modification is just stick length. And because we use our sticks for both skating and shooting, you kind of have to consider, will a longer stick give me a longer stride? Or will a shorter stick give me a shorter stride? Will a longer stick give me a harder shot? Or will a shorter stick give me a more accurate shot?
So there's a left-sided curve and a right-sided curve. It's almost like having a left and right stick in regular hockey. So you have to be pretty ambidextrous to be able to move right to left and shoot with both hands.
I know when I first started, I actually wore my prosthetic in my sled because A, I didn't really know any different, and B, I didn't really know how to protect my limb when my leg wasn't on.
When I first started playing, I just wore a regular street shoe and I actually wore hockey pants in my sled, but later realizing that's not the most ideal because it's way too bulky and you don't really need protection when you're sitting in a bucket. You do wear shin protectors, and I actually wear a skate boot that has the skate missing just to protect my toes from pucks or people slapping at your feet.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything, all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming GeoSatellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do?
Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM. Scores! Jägerbomb!
In his first Paralympic Games for Canada. Here comes James Dunn with his first Paralympic goal. Like he's been doing it all his life.
Welcome back inside the Moose Jaw Event Center, Italy, Korea. Both teams getting goals in the second period, both on the power play at that. We'll see where they can get the tiebreaker in the third period, or will it lead to extra time? It's an exciting start to the final day of this incredible tournament, Darren.
Yeah, a great start, through 30 minutes. And it's the power plays that finally got going. It seemed for a while like we wouldn't get those opportunities. We finally did, and both teams, each team was able to break through.
And again, it does come down to the goaltending, leading them to those moments and forcing those goals, or those much-needed goals, when they had the man advantage.
Yeah, and for a while, especially for Italy, they were content just working the puck around the perimeter. And that just wasn't generating any offensive scoring chances. Finally, it was Andrea Macri who took the puck to the net and created what ended up being the game's opening goal.
And when you talk about what's on the line, 5th place, that's certainly a big improvement for the Italians.
It's big for Italy. They're playing with house money. We talked about this off the top, that they're just happy to be here. They were relegated in the Ostrava event, but with Russia coming out of the tournament and their win in the 7th place game over Slovakia, they're in this tournament. So all they've done is take advantage of it, work their way into the 5th place game, and they're going to improve their world ranking because of it.
And for the Koreans, not exactly how they envisioned things would go this tournament. 0-4 heading into this game. Why aren't they relegated? They started in Group A. They were ranked 3rd, so that allows them to have a bit of space, but a win today would feel so good to leave here with a win.
It wouldn't just feel good. It'd be great for them trying to stay on top here in A pool. They were a team that was in the bronze medal game, maybe getting upset by the host Chinese back at the Beijing Paralympic Games. but they want to get back to that. This will be a little bit of a disappointment for the Koreans, but a win today would help make things a little bit easier heading to 2025.
And there were some great moments in the second period, of course, leading to those scoring chances for both teams.
Yeah, it started here. Torella with a chance in on goal. You see a nice little nifty play. Really good on his edges and then letting the shot go towards the net for an opportunity. Korea had their chances as well through the first 30 minutes in this hockey game. But it wasn't until we saw each team on the power play when we saw some scoring. I thought the first goal from Italy was a huge one. Hard collision there with Sun Hyung Jung in on Stilitano here. Stilitano was down for several minutes. That put Italy on the power play. And it was DePaoli to Macri. Macri's shot stopped, and Kaufman on the rebound opened the scoring, making it 1-0. This move here from Christoph DePaoli. Finding Macri. The shot, and Kaufman untouched in front. Sliding that home on their second power play opportunity, and then the quick feed across for Byung-Suk Cho, tying the game on the Korean power play. And that's where we sit, deadlocked heading to the third.
And the shots on goal also reflecting just how close a game this is. Italy with a slight edge, 9-8. Going 1 for 2 on the power play overall in this game. And Korea, 1 for 1. Both of those power play markers. But a good, clean game so far as we head into the final 15 minutes of regulation. 5th place on the line. Santino Stilitalo in net for the Italians. And Hook Jun Choi in net for the Koreans. Choi, 50 years old. Stilitalo, 53. The third period is underway here in Moose Jaw. Young into the far side. Here comes number 14. Fires it. Touches post once again. Second time that has happened for number 14, Sun Young Chung.
He continues to be the most dynamic Korean forward. They got speed working around the outside and then eyes up the whole way looking for his spot and almost had it up in the top corner. He's been so dangerous. He set up Korea's goal that tied the game on the power play with a nifty feed and now almost had a go-ahead goal.
And he is, or was rather, the points leader coming into this game with 2 goals. The puck skims by the net, but now that has been tied with Byung-Suk Cho. That goal in the second period. Christoph DePaoli feeds it under the sled. And for Antacci and the Italians with a chance. That one hard off the end board. Stefan Kaufman on the rebound. That'll cost the Koreans a penalty, but Italy with a chance here, and Stilitano heading to the benches. But there comes the whistle on that delayed penalty. It'll go against Young-Sun Kim, who does not agree with the call.
I think he's got a case here, too. He came in and made a hit. We're going to look at it again. Well, he doesn't think he got him with the front of the sled, but see if we can get a better look at it here. He thought he caught him with the shoulder. Either way, he's going to head to the penalty box. And a power play for Italy.
An elbowing call for that one. Because that's what was signaled on the ice. Andrea Macri now back below. It's not a penalty you hear often, but certainly the one assessed here. So this is Italy's third power play chance. They scored on their second opportunity in the second period. If you're just joining us, this is the 5th place game. Starting things off on final Sunday. Bronze medal goes 3 p.m. local. And the gold medal game tonight at 7. Nils Larch for Italy coming in close, hoping for the feed to Antacci. Kaufman. But it's Dongshin Jang, the Korean captain, 47 years old, has been tremendous for this team. And whistles abound. Appears to be Jun Young Lee needing some assistance on the ice. And a medic is coming out for the Korean team.
Yeah, and a little bit of discomfort here after taking a bump in the Korean zone here on the Italian power play. So you hope that he's going to be okay. We're going to get some attention here.
And again, it's been a wonderful week in Moose Jaw when it comes to the level of play that we've seen. And we're going to look at what transpired on the ice. Oh, it was a teammate, unfortunately unable to redirect, and what appears to be into the back of Jung Young Lee.
Yeah, he took the force of that sled right in the lower back, and that is painful. He's going to be able to head to the Korean bench on his own, which is a great sign, but a violent shot right in the lower back, and that stings. He's going to stay on the Korean bench.
Yeah.
So a great sign.
Just an unfortunate series there that led to that moment. So Italy still on the power play, and Byung-Suk Choi, who scored today and for the Koreans, and a good little stick save by Choi. Keeps it in play now near side wall. Final minute, and the Koreans will send it down deep Italy's way, and Tachi gets the first touch. There's a big collision. It's legal right in front of the net. Oh, that one. Thought it was scooped up, but the Italians able to maintain control. Andrea Macri feeling the pressure of Sun Yun Young. Pass it back to Christophe DePaoli, over to Nils Larch. Number 11 coming into this game with 2 assists. Kaufman. He got the opening goal of the game for Italy. Also on the power play. In the final 10 seconds here for Italy. It could be another good penalty kill for the Koreans, who didn't have much strength on the penalty kill throughout the tournament, of course, having to face Group A opponents, so they are good. Now 2 for 3 on the PK in this game.
Yeah, just one shot on goal in that Italian power play, and it was a long clearing in attempt that happened to find its way on net.
The Italians are now 1 for 12 on the power plays. That shows they need some help on the special teams there, and Alessandro Andreoni getting caught up in the far wall, and that's a big shot fired down into the glove of Choi. He's forced to keep it too.
We'll see if the Italians can get some zone time going now. They did a good job at the end of that power play to keep the pressure up and get the puck on net. Earned an offensive zone faceoff.
Head coach Mirko Bianchi happy to see his team exceed expectations, coming in ranked 8th, now fighting for 5th place. In fact, his direct quote after the big win over Germany to avoid having to be relegated, now right in front of the net. Italy with a chance. Radice just goes off balance. Didn't quite get his stick on it. Macri underneath the legs fires it down deep, but Coach Bianchi just saying, I'm very, very happy for the team. Macri fires it. Good little body save by Hook-Jin Choi. Great physical play between these two teams, keeping things so even. Your shots on goal, slight edge to Italy now, 12-9. Still tied at 1. Stilitano just make a quick glove save there. Rebound control from Macri. Raymati Marnini putting on the speed along the near wall. Oh, it's batted back by Inchul Yu. Tries to clear it deep, but back and forth we go. And an icing call will bring it back.
Well,
glove side of Santino Stilitano.
Yeah, he had to be sharp. I don't know if he was quite ready for that long shot in, but he was down on his side, happened to make the save anyways. And He's been so fun to watch. Agile, quick, athletic, and you get a look at those pads. They've been through a few world championships and a few games for Italy.
Earlier in the game, I may have said this was his 7th Worlds. Correct that. His 10th Worlds appearance. That's to be expected. He began playing with the team in 2007. Has traveled the world and done Italy proud ever since. They've never finished higher than 5th in this A-Pool World Championship. They have won gold at European Championships. That's a tough collision. Another player down, this one for Italy. No, Andrea Macri will regroup quick. Keep in play, back behind the net. The Koreans now. Macri following the collision, just keeps going, tries to clear it, and Lee can't keep it in from the blue line. Jang, the captain, looks to fire it back down. Seung-Won Young circling, and Italy fires it back. And this is why we're in a tie game, folks. It's been this back and forth battle the entire time. A couple breakaways here and there, and Santino Stilitano will cover it up to close off that chance. When we come back, though, Korea faces off back in the Italian zone. A chance to get the go-ahead, possibly. Still tied at 1, Italy-Korea for fighting for 5th here in the 3rd period.
in his first Paralympic Games for Canada. Here comes James Dunn with his first Paralympic goal. Like he's been doing it all his life.
Puck drops in the Italian zone, and we're all tied at 1 here in this 5th place game to open up final Sunday. A chance for the Koreans. Down the slot, it's off the pads of Stilitano. Wow, what a save. A big stop. One to remember, pending the outcome of this game, just how close the Koreans gotten to putting away more than just the one they've been able to get so far.
Korea putting on some pressure.
Here comes number 14, swerving, getting in close. Oh, and it's just that soft lean by Andrea Macri to get in the way. But Sung Young Tang has been one to watch this entire game for Korea. Breakaway chances as well. Now again with the puck, under sled, looking for that feed to Lee. He's already got an assist on the game after his patience. Fired by Young Sung Kim. Koreans energized after the quick break here in the 3rd. They are looking for their first win of the tournament, and Byung-Suk Cho, who opened scoring for Korea, out on the ice here. Nils Larch comes up big for the Italians in the inboards, and Hoffman already with a goal in the game. Fires it up to Christoph DePauli, who's dangerous all alone. He's got some room, but he'll wait for the pass to Macri instead. Forced out to the perimeter, the Italians looking to get in close. Kaufman working along the goal line. Finds Larch. And there's Chung once again in the mix for Korea, battling for it. Jung Ho Jang as well in the near corner. So tough to keep track of that puck under sled sometimes for either side, but the Koreans come through with it. It'll be Ji Hyun Roo who clears it out. Powley loves using those board bounces, was hoping to connect with Larch, can't quite. Rue back down with Kaufman giving chase, and Incheliu fire it up, can't keep it in on the blue line. Antachi giving chase up with Macri. Still tied at 1 year, 6:30 left in the third period.
Yeah, things have really tightened up defensively. Korea's still trying to put some pressure on, but who's going to find a way to break through here?
Ji Young-Roo up high. Stilitano with the hands in the air. We have seen so many big saves up high by Santino Stilitano, including some beautiful rainbow saves where in motion. And that's not to take away from the work of Hook Jun Choi to stop Italy's offensive chances. They've technically had more following the shots on goal count in-house, 12-11 at this time. And the game keeps moving on right now, still all tied up at 1. Korea, Italy fighting for 5th here at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships.
It's your online portal to all things Moose Jaw. It's everything all in one location. Find it all at discovermoosejaw.com.
Mission Control, can we access the internet through that satellite?
Confirming GeoSatellite is internet capable.
Why do you ask?
Hello?
Are you streaming music right now?
What y'all trying to do?
Gets set for puck drop on neutral ice here in the third period. Still tied at 1 how we entered this final frame of regulation. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Darren DuPont with you this morning. Darren in for a full slate of games, including the bronze medal and gold medal tilts later today.
It's going to be a fun, great day. Looking forward to the rest of it. I mean, China trying to win their second straight bronze medal at a major international event coming off the Paralympic bronze medal, sorry. And then, of course, Canada, USA in the battle for gold tonight.
That was Team China in the building right now, right in front of the net. Fired off the body of Stilitano. But what a chance for Sung Young Won. Eusebu Antachi nearly getting dislodged off the puck, but keeps control. Just hoping to get a feed to a friendly face. Does just that up at Alessandra Andreoni. Hasn't had as much playing time in this game, but big name for Italy. Both teams playing, of course, their full lineups as well in this game. Oh, backhand pass off the end boards, trying to find Antachi. Francesco Torella battling for it with Sungwon Jung. Lee battling, digging out off the boards, but every man for himself out there. Fighting for possession, the Koreans again with a chance. They are in the Italian zone. They want to get the go-ahead from the sharp angle, but Stilitano makes the stop, and that'll do for the veteran netminder just to slow down the pace.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take any chances. Again, with Sun Hyun Jung buzzing right around the Italian net. And that puck comes to the front of the goal. He's going to want to cover up every time. We're into the final 5 minutes now. It's now, we're not in next goal wins territory, but we're getting close.
In a lot of ways, it felt like that when just cracking the scoreboard for the first time. The Italians did it. Korea had plenty of chances, and number 14 fires that off again. Seungwon Jeong. Up now, Stefan Kaufman for Italy. Nifty feet to Nils Larch, just a little too far ahead. Larch now mounting pressure from Jeong and Jang. Captain for Korea. Alexander Lay, rim it around, just whips it. As Macri gets a hand on it up high, bounce down, low circle, and back on the stick of the Koreans. Only one game this tournament has needed extra time, and that involved Italy. A scoreless tie against Germany, taking them all the way to a shootout. They got the win, 1-0. Now Christophe DePaoli with open ice and a chance to score for Italy. It's stopped by Hook-Jun Choi. And a massive save for Team Korea.
Well, DePaoli been very dangerous, not just today, but in this tournament. Great opportunity to take the lead.
Alexander Lay for Italy, wanting to carry on that momentum. Fires it down towards the end boards and does force Choi to cover up. No, he'll play on. Never mind. Puck loose into the neutral zone. Andrea Macri for Italy hopes to get a stick on it. We're now within the final 2.5 minutes of this 5th place game. Inchul Yu giving chase, but it'll be the Italians getting there first. Nils Larch, just a slight edge on Jo Hang Jang. Larch 5, far side, spinning around, looking for whom he'll fire it possibly on the sharp angle with a soft pass at the slot. His teammate Enderle saw it. I think he was hoping to reach Kaufman. Now Kaufman. Pressure from Inchul Yu will just send it down. Final 2 minutes here in regulation. DePaoli, Macri tees it up high off the elbow of Choi, and a good read by the Korean goaltender.
What a save. Hyuk-jun Choi gets the blocker on it, and that saves the game for the Koreans. Look at his feed, and Macri trying to have it labeled for the corner in the short side. What a stop late in this third period to keep the game tied at 1.
Didn't know how the goaltending would go in this game, considering Italy coming in strong with Santino Stilitano third overall, actually second in goaltending to USA's Jen Lee. And then for the Koreans, based on their stats, sadly last in the rankings for goaltending, but today has been a big one for Hook-Jun Choi, proving why he's here and of course why Korea is still within the top 8. And that one fired high by Macri off the glass. My goodness, sound like a chip something.
Yeah, Italy now really putting on some pressure. They were on their heels a few minutes ago as Korea had a good strong push, but now Italy really pressing for a go-ahead goal in the final 2 minutes, and they're going to bring the face-off outside the blue line. I'm going to say Italy shot that puck out untouched, so an advantage or a break here for Korea.
Yeah, they'd like to put this one away in regulation. Sure would be a nice finish. Oh, and again up high. That one nearly sneaking under the crossbar. Had Choi not getting his glove on it. Down deep, Santino Stilitano making the signal to his team. It's going to be an icing call to head all the way back down to the Korean end.
Yeah, neither team could use their timeout yet. So you kind of watch to see who will and how they're going to play the final 90 seconds.
All tied at 1. Right on the doorstep of the Korean zone, and fired in that one. Wow, what a bounce off the post. And gotta love the sport of hockey. A good bounce there for the Koreans to bring the action back into the Italian zone, and Macri will whip it down. Hoping to reach DePaoli. Young Sun Kim shoots it over to Lee. Alexander Lay will get on it. Young Sun Kim, final minute here in regulation. The action will head back over to the Italian side.
Yeah, an icing call here. Now you're inside the minute.
Again, this is the battle for 5th, but the bronze medal game between Czechia and China. We'll take to the ice right here at the Moose Jaw Event Center, 3 o'clock local time. That's 5 p.m. Eastern, wherever you're joining us from across the world. And here's another look at that. Wow, that bounce. And considering the way that he worked the stick, lucky it didn't get batted back in. And tied at 1 here. A chance for Korea in close with Stilitano up high. Young Suk Choi, who got the equalizer for the Koreans on the power play. And chasing it down, final 30 seconds now. Near the net of Hook Jun Choi. The Italians, Larch, frees the puck, but will be Korea giving chase. Enderle sends it sailing. Choi will cover it up. 15 seconds even left in regulation.
That was a good chance. Just throw the puck on net. You never know what's going to happen, especially in a game like this. Yeah, we're long into next goal wins territory, and Enderle just put a little floater towards the net. Handled easily by the Korean netminder, but at this stage of the game, when you put a puck on net, anything can happen. Italy with a close call.
15 seconds, a big chance here for Italy. The glove side of Hook Jun Choi, and a chance to win this one. Nils Larch does get the face-off. That one fired high again by Macri, who's had some good looks, but always up high. Final seconds here. Korea will send it down. Jun Young Lee. And that big one fires it. And with the buzzer, we are needing some extra time to decide this one. We're tied at 1 through 3 periods. We're going to take a quick break just as these teams regroup and get set for some overtime hockey at the World Para-Hockey Ice Championships in Moose Jaw.
Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM. Scores! Jägerbomb!
in his first Paralympic Games for Canada. Here comes James Dunn with his first Paralympic goal. Like he's been doing it all his life.
They kept it close all game, bringing us now to overtime. Korea, Italy tied at 1. We'll head to 4-on-4 hockey for 10 minutes. If it can't be decided within that, we'll head to a 3-round shootout. So the Italians already experienced that when they were in a scoreless tie with Germany, day 3, game 7 of the tournament. They won that one with Stilitano in net, who is there today. 53-year-old netminder for Italy, 50-year-old goaltender Hook Jun Choi doing the work for the Koreans. Shots on goal favoring Italy slightly. 17-12 heading into this overtime. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Darren Dupont. And the head coaches watch on. 5th place on the line. This would be a big one for Mirko Bianchi. His first time in that job here in the A pool of the World Championships. Italy wins the opening face-off and sends it down.
Lots of open ice here. This should favor the Koreans with the speed that they have. We'll see. Aaron pass here.
They're going to opt for a big stretch pass. It goes a little too long and will actually send the play back into the Korean zone. Not exactly where you want to be, of course, here in 4-on-4 hockey, as Darren was saying with the open ice.
But they've got their most dangerous players on the ice. And Sun Hyung Jung, Young Suk Cho, they connected for the Koreans' only goal in this game, but a half a dozen other great scoring chances in regulation. So they should benefit from the extra open ice.
Mills, large for Italy, wins the face-off. Macri now, he's been firing them up high. And that was a good little block by Young Sung Kim. A bit subtle, but did the trick to deflect the shot from Macri. We are in overtime, fighting for 5th place. Inside the Moose Jaw Event Center, bronze medal, gold medal games just ahead. And here's a chance for Korea in close. It's Stellitano with a massive stop for Italy.
That's a game-saving save. He took it right in the chest. What a stop. This was surely over. Young Sung Kim had the game on his stick, and Santino Stellitano had other ideas. Great feed. Kim, wow. Couldn't lift the puck high enough, and it stays tied.
The Koreans win the offensive zone draw face-off, and Young Sung Kim, that one up high. Pressure will continue here as Dong Shin-jang, the captain for Korea, protects the blue line. Over to Sung Won-jeong. Oh, that could have been a quick feed. Macri helping out on the defense there for Italy. Stellitano was poised, though, and ready for that save. Byung-Suk Cho watches. The puck will get called for, or it'll be called for icing, rather, and bring it back into the Italian zone.
Italy's okay with that. Anything to relieve the pressure right now as Korea is pouring it on here in the overtime. Italy on their heels a little bit here and needed the icing.
It is 4-on-4 hockey in this overtime period. 10 minutes. Already through 2:20 with a big chance by Korea. Jung Young Lee taking this draw up against Alessandro Andreoni. And they're locked in here on the circle. It's just under the sled of Jung Young Lee. Circling is Kyung Moon Shin. There, puck free, and it'll be Lee who gets it, and he'll opt to fire it into the body once more of Santino Stellitano. What an effort by the players in the face-off circle there for that draw.
Almost looked like a little rugby scrum. It was locked in there, 2 players on either side, and then the puck squirted free, and quick chance from Kim. Here's the shot from down low, but Stellitano in perfect position to make the save.
Yeah, Kaufman closing out any lanes, and the Italians get the win on that draw. And Macri shoot it off the boards, bring it back into the neutral zone. Dong Shin-jang for Korea. Another chance here for Sun Young-chung. Forces circle back, fired in. Oh, that's wide. Ooh, a little flicker of the goal light even. Now again, Stellitano with a massive stop.
That was deflected on the way through.
And Tachi for Italy. Young Sung Kim keeps it in play. It's 4-on-4. And there's been some tense moments. An offside call as Italy tried to get going there. Macri to Antachi.
Great chance for Italy in transition, and just offside at the Korean blue line. I thought that was their chance, but another great save right in front. Byung-Suk Cho looking for the game winner and his second goal today on the deflection. Couldn't get it past Stilitano.
It has been an absolute masterclass right now from Santino Stilitano. Macri would like to test out Choi. We've seen little action here in this overtime. Stefan Kaufman a little too fast. Koreans setting up. They got plenty of options here for the pass. They'll opt for some board work. Macri with the steal, though. Momentum stopping at that. And right in front of the net, here's a chance. Stefan Kaufman just behind, rather. Rims it around to Macri. We've got one in the slot. Raymati Marnini is teed up. Macri hoping to wrap it around. Loose puck. Kaufman's on it. Oh, can't fire it. He's hoping to get his blade on it, but it was just too far down the stick. And that would have been an open net for Kaufman. Macri for Italy. Far side. Macri's without a stick, though. Here could be a chance for Korea. Lee taking it in, shoots it long, down deep, and right on it is Sung Young Chung. At least try to be, as Andrea Macri settles it back down, saying his name so often. He's been on the ice the entire time here in this overtime period. 4-on-4 hockey. Dongshun Chang, captain for Korea, will feed it up to Young. Macri will just send it back. They'll play this all day, but they got to get some shots on Hook Jin Choi. They want to break this tie out needing a shootout. Byung-Suk Cho, here's a big chance for Korea. Coming in close, and it's just wide. Yet again, Stilitano poised. That little feed, that was a centering one to Cho. Had it connected. Alex Enderle now for Italy. Koreans pouncing on every opportunity. Off the glove of Stilitano. Why not? They'll take those long shots all day. Whatever they can get here. It's been an absolute defensive battle here for this 5th place game. And the puck so wobbly, getting settled down now. Jun Young Lee looking for Jung Ho Tiang. Christophe De Paoli out on the ice now for Italy. He's been a goal scorer before. Macri will work it around, facing pressure by Kyung Moon Shin. Italy. Stick handling. Their way forward. Nils Larch keeps it in control. Back pass to Macri. Here's a chance for Italy. He tees up high slot. Shoots it down. Larch just misses. He was exactly where he needed to be, but now Nils Larch gets another chance. Redemption possibly for Italy. No, it's just wide. Good defensive play by Lee for Korea in front of the net. Choi will cover it up.
Furious action in front of the Korean goal as the Italians, with several chances here in the extra frame. What are we going to see? Macri walking in to the back door for Larch and just couldn't get it clean. The pass a little bit too hot. Otherwise, this game would have been over. Great vision from Andrea Macri, but just couldn't finish the playoff.
This is a big draw here, a chance for Italy to try again. They win it. Alessandro Andreoni gets it to Macri. Can't maintain control, though, the Koreans. Now their captain on it, teeing it up. He's got room, he's got lanes. Young Shin Kim, but my goodness, Andrea Macri, wherever the puck is, you'll find number 18 for Italy. Alessandro Andreoni tees it down deep for Italy. It'll be an icing call. What an intense overtime period. 10 minutes. 4-on-4, and now we're within the final 4 minutes.
And we're going to get a timeout for Korea here. An offensive zone faceoff. A chance to rest the Stars. They've got their number 1 unit on the ice right now, looking to end this thing late. And a chance with the faceoff in the offensive zone. Hyuk Jung Choi has been good for Korea in net. Both these goaltenders have had to make a couple of stops each to save this game.
Oh my goodness. Santino Stilitano with 15 saves in the game so far, while Hook Jun Choi has made 16. That's how close this game is. Despite Italy having 2 more chances on the power play, both of those goals that you see leading us to this 1-1 tie here on the power play. So special teams has ruled the day in this very evenly matched contest, fighting for 5th place. A big improvement for the Italians, who faced relegation and weren't even supposed to be here, but with the Russians not involved in this year's event, able to get in ranked 8th. Now fighting for 5th. Korea looking for their first win of the tournament. Here's a chance. Dong-Shin Chang protects the line. For the Chiang. And Andrioni for Italy will bat it down. Tries not to put too much speed on it because it'll just bring the action right back. The Koreans there to collect it first. They've got the speed. Great pass to Byuk-Young Cho. As the puck goes back the other way. Head on a swivel here inside the Moose Jaw Event Center. Young Suk Cho. Now Seung-Won Jung. Jung coming up on Kaufman. Forcing it down. Will he tee it up for a shot? It's saved by Stilitano. But a penalty is being assessed against Italy, and this is a big moment for Korea up next.
Yeah, right there on Kaufman. A holding call. He was in pursuit from behind and just reached in as Korea had the chance. That's a tough penalty to take for Stefan Kaufman. Here in overtime, yeah, you see the dejection. He knows he made a mistake, and now a real big opportunity for Korea to end it.
And also tough as well not to have number 10 out on the ice for Italy in these clutch moments. He's already got a goal in this game, making it 3 on the tournament, 1 assist for 4 points, but a big chance now. Italy's goaltending has led the way today, but Korea teeing it up, their captain. Looking for Kim. Body blocked by Macri. Blocks there in the glove of Stilitano. My goodness, he tracked it all the way in.
Nice job by Stilitano to follow that into the glove. He is no stranger to pressure moments, and this might not have been a hard shot or a difficult one to stop, but still, in this moment, there is pressure, and he makes the save.
4-on-3 because of a penalty on Stefan Kaufman. Dong-Shin Chang with a back pass here. Here comes Jung. Jung up high slot. He'll try to find room. DePaoli will free and clear it out of the way for Italy. There will still be some time left in this overtime if Italy's able to get through with a clean penalty kill. Now both teams have scored on special teams today. That's what led us to this tie at 1 goal. Here's a chance for Jung over to Kim. It's often the slot, body's in the way. Macri will do the work for Italy. Clears it, fires down towards Choi. Choi will play it off the stick. Now Alex Enderle getting in close. But it is 4-on-3. Can't spread themselves too far. DePaoli can't beat Jung. Jung in front of the net, off the post again. Make it 3 chances. Stopped by the post. For number 14, that one up high into the body of his teammates, or I feel exactly like Santino Stilitano right now. What an effort once again.
Well, he does such a good job, Stilitano does, of cutting down the angle, so this shot goes off the outside of the goalpost, and then on the second chance, gets a glove on it and just hangs on here, finds it. That's the biggest part. With the Korean forward right on top of the crease, he found it with the glove and covered up for a key face-off.
40 seconds left on Italy's penalty. 1:46 left here in this overtime. It's 4-on-3. Korea whiffs on that one. And so Nils Larch will take it into the neutral zone, fire it down. Again, 3 Italian players on the ice only right now. Macri, Larch, and Alex Enderle. Lee for Korea. Over the blue line, chips it in off the stick of Stilitano. Enderle, unfortunately, fires that into his own bench. I do think he got one of the staff members. That's tough. Oh, what a whip, too. Goes over to apologize, rightly so.
Yeah, he's all right. Clipped him right in the back. He's all smiles, having some fun there. And yeah.
Thank goodness for the puffy jackets. I think that helps a little bit.
Yeah, I'll get you back next time.
I mean, they know what's on the line here. Tied at 1. 1:16 left in the extra time.
Come on, coach. Shouldn't have been leaning over the bench.
Final few seconds here, but big shot once again. Is that off the post? My goodness, make it 4. Unlucky chances here for number 14. And now, back to Evenstrath. Kaufman flying out of the penalty box. And wide once more in the final minute of overtime before heading to a shootout if needed. Korea again teeing up. They've got the room for Kim, and a bigger stop by Stilitano.
Another good save. Good late pressure from Korea. And Sun Yun Jung again, this time on the long shot, Young Sung Kim. As Stilitano's forced to lean over to his right, make the save. Feels that he's got the puck and hangs on.
Koreans have had control. They've mounted the pressure, and they're back again. Close to Stilitano. They win the draw, but it's not clean. Sungwon Chung fires that one up high again. The chances number 14 has had for Korea. It's been a game, an incredible game because of that player. Now along the near wall, final 30 seconds here. They want to get it done. Macri, or rather Antachi, wants to stop that. It'll be an offside. That's a big call there.
What a close call on the offside, right at the line. Great look by the guys that look at. Did that puck come out? I don't know. So close. Yep, look it back.
Hard to say for sure.
It was close.
Ooh. There's another angle of it.
Oh, that's a tight call here in the dying moments of this third period, or this overtime period.
So the chase will go down near Troy. With the Italians far back in the zone, it's likely that this will end in a stalemate here. Koreans, final seconds. And that'll do. We are heading to a shootout. 3 rounds. Up next, you are watching an intense fight for 5th here at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships in Moose Jaw.
Culligan Water isn't just a name. It's a promise to put you and your loved ones first. Because with cleaner, softer water, you can feel confident about your water. Culligan Water has been the local water expert since 1936, when we pioneered the water softener. We've continued delivering unmatched service by meeting you where you are, whether it's where you live or where you work. And your satisfaction has always been our greatest reward. But that's not all. Culligan Water offers a responsible and economical alternative to the waste created from single-use plastic bottles. Our systems make it easier to preserve the planet, its landscapes, and its oceans. Because at the heart of everything Culligan Water does is a commitment to provide better water for a better world.
Got another parking ticket. Play 92, number 1 for throwbacks.
It's Connor for Play 92. We'll catch you later.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Get ready to kick off spring in style with new offers from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Costco is back, and eligible members can receive a $750 bonus on select trucks and full-size SUVs. Step into the powerful 2022 Chevy Silverado or 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 with low financing rates starting at 1.49% for up to 72 months. Drive in comfort and style with the versatile 2023 Equinox and 2023 Terrain, featuring standard heated seats, advanced safety features, and a modern infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Or opt for the spacious and refined 2023 Buick Enclave with standard all-wheel drive, starting from as low as 2.99% financing. Don't miss out on these limited-time offers. Visit us today to experience the thrill of driving a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC.
Welcome back inside the Moose Jaw Event Center on final Sunday. Daniela Ponticelli alongside Darren DuPont with you. What a thrilling opening game to this day. And yes, we are seeing the Zamboni drivers out because we are headed to a shootout. 3 rounds. We're all tied at 1 through regulation. And then, again, scoreless through a 10-minute overtime period, 4-on-4 hockey, and even a power play chance for Korea. But Santino Stilitano, the goaltender for Italy, able to keep them in this. He's been here before as well, Darren. A shootout against Germany on day 3 of the tournament, game 7.
Yeah, a big moment still upcoming. And why not go to a shootout? These two teams been very, very close, very tight, back and forth. Chances at both ends of the ice, both late in regulation and into overtime. That man, Hyuk Jung Choi, been very good in the Korean net. You mentioned Stilitano at the other end. So now a shootout to determine 5th place.
And it'll be Korea taking the first shot. Their captain, Dong Shin Jang, with speed through the center. Take it wide left. Coming in close. Gets it past Stilitano. And Korea with a strong start here in the shootout.
Well, good move. Left to right. It got really quiet in the building as everybody was on the edge of their seat. Waited for Stilitano to make the first move and then put it upstairs.
It's a big opportunity now. Christophe De Pauli for Italy. Also coming in with speed from the center. Taking it wide left, moving in and off the blocker of Choi.
Well, Choi does a really great job coming out of his net and putting some pressure on here. He's well out of the blue paint, and De Pauli had no room to find the short side.
All right, so the Koreans with a good start here. It'll be Young Suk Cho Firing it in, can't get that one by Santino Stilitano. The goal scorer for Korea does not touch Twine here in the shootout.
Well, Stilitano comes out, provides a little pressure, and Cho tried to run into him too and collided at the end, couldn't find the back of the net.
And now Andrea Macri. And a big moment here for Italy. Needs to get one by Choi. Brings it up and in, it's good! Andrea Macri. Tremendous for Italy throughout the game and puts one in the net.
Macri's stick handling so good, and that's how he's able to open room and put this past Choi and even the shootout at 1.
And so round 3 will start here. Third shooter for Korea, number 12, Young Sung Kim. Taking it out the other way this time. Coming in close and off the pad of Stilitano. Coming through with a big stop for Italy.
Well, huge stop, and it gives the Italians a chance to win it.
And they're putting it all on number 11, Nils Larch. We'll have another look at that.
Yeah, Stilitano got it. A great save, good patience.
Number 11, coming in a little slower. Opting for patience, Larch. Comes in close, and that's off the pad of Choi. Perhaps the tempo a little too slow that time. Hook Jun Choi comes through for Korea.
Well, Larch went wide to the left and tried to bring it back to his left hand, but Choi wasn't fooled. Little acrobatic save, but he made the stop.
And so we begin what feels like anew as Captain Dongshin Jang for Korea. This is the third shot in the shootout. Or fourth, rather. Number 20 takes it out wide, comes in close and in! The captain scores for Korea!
Good vision, head up the whole way. Exactly how the first goal went in. Up over the pad, inside the post, catching Stilitano a little deep in the net. And now all he can do is watch.
Andrea Macri, who's already got one good goal here in the shootout, coming up again. His second chance. In close with Choi, and it's good again! Andrea Macri, solid for Italy.
Needing to score to keep this game alive. And Macri, calm, cool, collected on the finish in a high-pressure moment. Again, as well, head up the whole way, and instead of bringing it to his left, he draws Choi out and opens up some room.
Fifth shooter now for Korea, number 14, Sun Young Chang. Coming in with speed. Over to the right side, far right. Teeing it in close, up against Stilitano. Oh, and that was an ill-timed moment. Stilitano was in position, but he goes behind the net.
Sun Young Jung just lost the handle. Good job trying to take this wide. Caught Stilitano here out of position. Just couldn't get the shot away at the end.
And coming in from the far corner with lots of speed, it's Christophe De Paoli for Italy. Trying to keep control here. From the left side, changes direction. A huge stop by Choi.
A game saver is DePaoli trying to win this game in the shootout.
He
going
does
left
the
to
work.
right, yeah. Nice save.
Hard to breathe here inside the Moose Jaw Event Center, but now with his third shot of the shootout, Dongshin Chang, captain for Korea, who's been clutch so far in the shootout, gets in close and scores! He plays it perfect to get past Stilitano.
Jang 3 for 3 in the shootout, and Korea's got another chance now to end it. He shot the first 2 times, and on the third opportunity, he deked out Stilitano, and now they can win it.
This is huge. Andrea Macri, 2 for 2. This is his third chance. He's got to do what Captain Jang just did for Korea for Italy. Comes in close, in the slot, and it's high! Korea wins!
After the shootout, the final score, Korea 4.
Great finish to the game in this shootout. And for the Korean netminder, Hyuk Jung Chae came up with a big stop right at the end. Macri couldn't go 3 for 3. Starts in similarly. Head up the whole way. And the blocker gets on the puck and ends the chances for Italy.
What a battle. What a fight for 5th place. Korea will get to hear their national anthem played in Canada for the first time. Heartbreak for the Italians. Santino Stilitano. Hold your head high. What an effort by the Italian goaltender. Italy not only going through one shootout, but a second, the only team in the tournament so far to need extra minutes to decide games, and that's a testament to their goaltending. Italy will finish 6th place
will be awarded a limited
at this year's World Para Ice Hockey Championship, coming into this one ranked 8th, while Korea ranked 3rd. Group A play held without a win till this very moment. They will finish 5th. And now for the closing ceremonies of this game, we'll head out to ice level and hear from our in-house PA announcer.
Brandon Jones' authentic style is meant to mimic the players in full flight. The flags acknowledge the world coming together in spirited competition, as well as the Métis, Treaty 4, and Saskatchewan flags, which pay homage to the host community, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada. To present the Player of the Game award to Team Korea is Michelle Laflamme, World Para Ice Hockey Manager. And to present to Team Italy, Lloyd Friesen, Director of Team Services for the 2023 World Para Ice Hockey Championship. Today's Player of the Game for Team Italy is number 4, Matteo Ramati Marnini. And today's best player for Team Korea is number 1, Lee Young-yong.
Well-deserved honors for Jung-Young Lee. There you go. And they always start from the back and give the stick taps forward, getting the Player of the Game nods. Well-deserved. And again, so many of these players already earning Player of the Game nods for their efforts in earlier matchups. And after this, we'll get set to hear Korea's national anthem for the very first time this tournament.
We would now ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem of Team Korea.
A 2-1 win for Korea after a thrilling shootout. Korea finishes 5th at the 2023 World Para Ice Hockey Championships, while Italy, who came in ranked 8th, will finish 2-0 for 6th place. Up next, Czechia meets China for the bronze medal game, 3 p.m. local time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And then the stage is set for the biggest rivalry on ice, Canada. The host for the first time ever of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships will meet reigning, defending champion Team USA, looking to three-peat for gold, starting 7 o'clock local time, 9 p.m. Eastern. On behalf of the fantastic IKS media crew, Darren DuPont, all the officials, everyone involved in this tremendous event, I am Daniela Ponticelli. We'll be back for more here on Final Sunday, live from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada.